Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anca and I do art and illustration related videos. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe and check out the other videos on my channel. So I wanted to quickly hop on and explain to you what this video will be about. I wanted to start creating jewelry using air dry clay, and this will be my first experiment towards doing that. So basically I designed 5 different designs. So I made a cat one, small hands one. So this is the hands. I think it's really cute. This will be like a lemon earring. I want to make an envelope earring, so this is basically a rectangular, and a fox earring. So you will be seeing me create these in this video. Hopefully everything goes well. I will be trying to make them with resin and some small earring kind of accessories I bought. And yeah, wish me the best of luck. And thank you so much for watching my videos, and stick till the end of the video to see if I succeed to do this new jewelry. And if it is successful, I will include some in my shop and also maybe send some to my Patreons. We'll see how it goes, I don't know. And also, I just got back home from the hair salon and I really wanted to film something. So yeah, that's what's going on. Anyways, totally off topic. Stick till the end of the video. Like and subscribe if you do like this video, and leave a comment down below. I am always happy to hear from you, and yeah, bye. Okay, so voiceover time. You will need a couple of things for this project. You will need some sculpting tools. I use the ones from MagicFly, spatulas, and something to cut your clay with, a silicone tool which helps with molding the clay, and also a rolling pin, which I just showed. I also bought some stud accessories, so stud earring accessories. I bought them from a Romanian web shop. I think they import from China, but you can get them from your local art supply store. And also these clasps that go on the back of the stud earrings. And yeah, I wish I would have gotten a smaller backing for the earrings, but I think this works just fine for now. You will see me struggle a lot with attaching them. And for attaching the backing to the earrings, I used resin. I used a gloss gouache varnish for varnishing everything and making them look shiny. And for painting them, I used acrylic gouache by Holbein and the Artistro paint pens, which you have seen me use in pretty much all of my videos since I got them. So these are the tools you will need. I will explain the process a bit as we go along in the video. So I had this remaining clay and I didn't know what to do with it, so I decided to make some earrings. As usual, I roll out my clay. I made a few sketches of the general shapes I wanted the earrings to be. So, as I mentioned in the video before, I wanted to do a hand, a palm kind of earring, an envelope, a cat, a fox, and a lemon earring. So, I used the spatula for carving out and shaping the earrings. I wasn't really sure how they would turn out, and to be honest, the first batch of earrings I did were basically made out of nothing, with no sketch and anything. So it's good to have a plan before. It was much easier making the second batch using the sketch, so I do recommend you sketch out your ideas first. The easiest way to transfer your sketch onto the clay is just by pressing with a pencil on top of the clay. That indents your clay and basically you have your shape. So I did the same thing for pretty much all of the shapes I wanted. I fiddled a lot with them, getting them the edges as perfect as I could and making them look nice. Even though after finishing this step of the project, I do go over them with sandpaper. Yeah, this is a tedious process. It's very dusty and it takes quite a while, but it's totally worth it. They look much more professional. So I would recommend you use a mask while sandpapering. It's just better for your health, and you don't inhale the dust. I use a pretty fine sandpaper. I'm not sure what the thickness of it is, but I will link it in the description box below. So for painting, I used acrylic gouache to set down the general colors I wanted. As usual, I use a mixture of colors, so I wouldn't be able to recommend any color to you, but you can basically paint them in any color you want. Let me just tell you that this process was pretty hard. I used at one point pliers to hold the earrings in my hand because they are so small and they would just slip away from my hand. Then the pliers would transfer the paint from one to another, so that wasn't really the best idea. I ended up just using my hands for them, and it was really tedious. I thought this process would be a lot easier since they are so small, but actually painting small stuff is quite difficult, and yeah, you need a lot of patience. The benefit of making such small air dry clay project is that everything dries really fast, so the waiting time for drying is not that big as with bigger projects. So for example, my tricky tray that I did last week took a lot more time to dry up, even the air dry clay and the paint and the varnish and everything. For the colors, I went with a pretty primary color scheme. I'm very into indigo blues, reds and yellows. I don't know why. It's definitely not because I'm Romanian, but I really love this kind of color palette. I think it's very reminiscent of Furry Little Peach, if you know her. But yeah, for the accents I used Artistro paint pens in white. The lemon turned out blue because I had a different plan for it initially, but I ended up going with a blue on top of it, so yeah, the lemons are blue. Don't come for me, please. So this particular part is the most difficult part, which is adding the backings to the earrings. For this I used resin, 2-part epoxy resin. You have to mix 2 parts resin with 1 part hardener. I use like this small scale that I have around in my house, and it's good to use gloves for this particular process. Resin is not very healthy if you get it on your hand. That being said, I did end up losing the gloves because I couldn't really fit the backings on the earrings as precise as I wanted to, so please do not comment that I'm not using gloves. I'm very aware of that, and I am very aware of the safety issues that are at hand with using resin, but it was just easier for this, and the quantity was very, very small. I was a bit skeptical if the resin would work and if they would be sturdy enough, but actually resin is like rock once it's hardened, so it was the perfect option to attach the backings. So I let that dry for 1 day, and then I added the varnish on top to make everything look glossy and give it a nice finish. The varnish I use is a gloss gouache varnish. It works perfectly for gouache or even on top of watercolors. It does not disturb the paint, and I highly recommend it. I will leave it in the description box for you if you want to purchase it. And yeah, this was the process of varnishing them. I used a sponge to attach the earrings so they could dry without touching any flat surface, so this worked out great. They dried within like half a day, and yeah, this is the finished result. I really love these earrings. I think I will make more in the future and maybe add some to my shop. This particular batch is for my patrons, so if you're interested in getting one, do sign up for my Patreon. This will be part of the reward for this month for my $15 patrons and up. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!